We just wrapped the first scene.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Now we're gonna eat some lunch, some spaghetti, and it went really well. How do you feel?
Awesome. Wait.
Awesome.
Awesome. I feel awesome. That was fantastic. Really good. Really great. Archie's like the best. Hire her.
Hire me to direct your project. Let's do it. Let's make some art. Hire Ash to be your actress. Boom.
I'm giving up everything now. I'm an actress now. That was really fun.
Yay! Yeah. Let's go eat some spaghetti.
I'm so ready.
Oh, hey. Weird seeing you here. What are you doing in my fridge? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I was here to get an avocado for my toast, but, oh, yeah, you saw the montage. Totally. That was behind the scenes from my short film. Yeah, I finished it. I was actually going to talk about, my whole creative process and how it was filming my short film, if you want to hear about it. Okay, cool. Maybe come on out of the fridge and let's chat about it, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna get you out of here. Let's go. Hi. Glad you made it out of the fridge. Now we can talk about my short film and what I learned while filming it. If you're already a subscriber here, thank you. Then you already know that I have been working on my short film for quite a while now. So here's a little backstory. Last summer, 2023, I filmed my first short film. Yay! But after I filmed it, life got busy, and so it sat on my external hard drive until this year, January 2024. I had a pocket of time and I was like, hey, it's go time. I gotta get this thing edited. So yeah, now it came to be. Now, shooting this short film was really scrappy. It was a very small team. And when I say small team, I mean it was just me and my friend who was my actress and my husband who helped out in the second half of filming. We shot it on one day. In probably 8 hours, we were able to shoot this short film. So yeah, I made it happen. We made it happen. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, amazing, you made a short film. Awesome. Where can I watch it? Great question, and I'm excited to share all of the updates with you. But before I talk about where you can watch Portal, how you can watch Portal, next steps for Portal, my short film, I wanted to talk about in this video what I learned in my creative process of shooting this short film. So I'm going to talk about what I learned, the mistakes I made, what I'd do differently, and also if I would shoot another short film again. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So first off, I want to talk about my fears going into this. Having an idea and sharing it with the world is scary a bit, right? Especially something like a short film and a story that's near and dear to your heart. So first and foremost, I had a fear of I was like, can I direct? I already give direction when I'm photographing a model, but I was like, can I direct? Can I get my vision across and communicate this with someone and in a way that's going to help them to convey the expression and all the things I need to make this short film successful? There was something that Greta Gerwig said in an interview. I think it was after she did Lady Bird, because that was her directorial debut, if I'm not mistaken. But she said something like, she didn't know if she was ready and she had all these doubts to even start directing. But then she was like, you know what? At some point I realized I just had to dive in and do it, and dive in even when you think you're not ready. So watching that interview and hearing her say that was a really nice inspiration for me to just get in there and just do it. Even if I feel like I'm not ready, just go for it. It's time. Just dive in. And then for my inspiration to just really keep me focused through this and not so fearful in a sense was honestly Rick Rubin's The Creative Act. It really helped me during my editing time when I was working in post, and I was editing a lot back in January and February, because I don't know, there was actually a second wave of fear or a little bit of like self-doubt that crept in when I found myself editing. I was just like, oh, I don't know. I built this whole thing up. I announced that I was making this online. And what if it, doesn't live up to people's expectations, my expectations? What if this is lame? Does this make sense? There were so many little bits of self-doubt that crept in when I was editing. It was kind of crazy. Then I didn't expect it either. But reading this book, and there were a few passages that really, really helped me out. And I'll share a few of the passages that really jumped out to me. There's one where he's talking about rules of creating, right? So this one I really loved. It says, the reason to make art is to innovate and self-express. Show something new, share what's inside, and communicate your singular perspective. So just really finding that reason again, like, why am I making this? Your why. It says the reason to make art is to innovate. So me making a short film isn't the most innovative thing ever, right? I mean, people have made many short films. People do that. Someone's making one right now. But for me, that was very innovative for my creative process. And it is a form of self-expression for me as well. I have this story inside me that I just felt like I needed to express and share, and adding video to how I create is innovative for me and for my process. Then there's this passage that really hit me. How do we move forward considering the stories we tell ourselves? One of the best strategies is to lower the stakes. We tend to think that what we're making is the most important thing in our lives and that it's going to define us for all eternity. Consider moving forward with the more accurate point of view that it's a small work, a beginning. The mission is to complete the project so you can move on to the next. The next one is a stepping stone to the following work. And so it continues in productive rhythm for the entirety of your creative life. Wow. That really hit me because when I was editing, I was like, oh my gosh, it has to be this amazing thing. And it has to win festivals and it has to do this, it has to do that. But I was like, you know what? Let me stop. I read that passage and it really struck me to just continue to move forward. Even though I'm excited that this is my first short film, this is also my first short film. So it doesn't need to be the spectacular thing. It's just the stepping stone. It is a stepping stone. I'm entering it in these festivals. Hopefully it'll get picked up. But if it doesn't, that's okay. Also, I made it. It's the stepping stone. And it's giving me inspiration to create something else in the future because I was able to do this one, So yeah, that just really resonated with me. So now moving past the fear, I got past that. Now I want to talk about really the big whole of what I learned. I learned that I have a story to tell. I have stories to tell. And that's a really beautiful thing because I really identify as a storyteller. Even with my photography, I look at that as storytelling. So it's really exciting to just have a confirmation of something you already knew was inside you. I also learned that I have people around me that trust my creative vision and direction and support me and want to show up for me. That's really beautiful. I also learned that I can do new things. I really learned how to do this creative process of bringing a short film to life. I taught myself how to color grade for this film, even though with like YouTube videos and stuff, I didn't really know how to color grade before like videos. So I taught myself, I watched so many tutorials. I spent probably half of the time post editing, just color grading alone. I also learned that I don't have to wait for all the perfect gear to make something. I mean, love my Fuji X-T3. That's what I'm shooting on right now for this video. But I really just had that. I didn't have like crazy sound or monitors or any other things to use for this. I really just used like a reflector, got natural light going on, and I got my Fuji X-T3 and we're doing it. We're going for it and we're making something beautiful. Now, moving forward from what I learned, I also want to expand on that and talk about mistakes that were made and what I would do differently. And this is the beauty of trial and error, right? You have to try something, really put it into practice, learn from your mistakes. Something I learned, and I knew this already, but really just being aware of it on set. And I know this is why like an assistant, director's assistant can come in handy, or seeing things on a monitor, or watching playback, is like, continuity is important. And I have to say, I did do a pretty good job of keeping continuity. And continuity, for those of you who don't know, is like, let's say you're filming a scene like right here, right now. And let's say I have a book in the shot or something. And then the next shot, I don't have the book. And then I have the book again. And so, you know, something like that, where it's like, if something is in the shot, keep it consistent. So continuity. And I did do a pretty good job of keeping continuity the whole time, but there were some times where I let that slip. Like there's a scene where my actress is holding a mirror, and she is holding the mirror in her right hand, but then for one of the close-up shots, she's holding the mirror in her left hand. And it was a bummer when I was editing, because I was like, oh, this is a beautiful shot, and I want to use this particular close-up, but I cannot, because the continuity is so apparent of her using a different hand. So I just couldn't use it. So that was a mistake that I made that I have definitely learned from. You know, it's like, what's the saying? It's like, you know, make a mistake and you'll never make it again, or something like that. This next one was a big one. The light. Oh my gosh. So like I said, we just had like a reflector and all that stuff, but oh man, we shot the second scene, especially more towards the end of the day. It was changing into golden hour by the time, like the sun was setting by the time we were wrapped. And I didn't realize how hard it is to keep continuity of like color grading and the light. The light was changing, so that made it very difficult when I was editing in post, again, with color grading, keeping things consistent. It was very hard. So I think I would be more mindful of the time of day we're shooting, if the light's going to change, having a lighting team to maybe help control lighting. The lighting was a big thing, and I realized how much you want to make sure you can more so control the lighting, because that's going to help you keep a consistent look and feel to the footage when you're editing in post. I learned a lot once I was editing in post of like, oh, I should have done that while we were filming. But hey, you live and you learn, and next time it can only be better, because now I am more aware. And that bleeds into the next thing I want to talk about of, you know, would I do a short film again, and why? The answer is yes. Absolutely, I would. This was such a great learning experience, and I'm actually already plotting and planning my next short film. I have an idea for it already, so I'm just really trying to let that blossom. I don't have a timeline yet of when I'm going to shoot that. I'm actually trying to think about where I want to shoot it. I do know that I want to shoot this next short film idea in an art gallery. So if any of you watching have any plugs to an art gallery in Southern California that you know would let me film in there and you have access to, reach out to me, please. I would love that. Shooting Portal was such a great learning experience that I feel well equipped to go into making and developing my next short film. So I'm really excited, and I was able to learn so much and gain so much confidence bringing this from just an idea and a thought to an end result where I have a whole tangible 6-minute long short film. And lastly, like I said, I have a tangible 6-minute long short film. So you're probably wondering, Portal, where can we watch it? When can we watch it? Great question. So I was going to share it here on my channel while I was submitting it to festivals, but I actually had a enlightening chat with a good friend of mine that lives in New York, and he has had experience of submitting films that he's worked on himself to film festivals, and he actually runs his own film festival in New York. And he told me that it's actually not really good practice or best practice to share your film online publicly before you start submitting it for films. Because I want to submit to festivals and I am submitting to festivals, I was like, okay, I can't share it online just yet. Basically, long story short, Portal is in circulation in being submitted to film festivals right now. And I'm going to do that over the course of the next few months and continue to submit and see what happens. And regardless of what happens, I will definitely be sharing Portal here on the channel when the time is right. But just know it's done, it's in circulation. I'm so happy. I have given birth to this beautiful baby and I've learned so much and grown so much as a creative and a storyteller, and I'm on to the next one. And I'm so excited to at least have been able to reflect and share about my process working on Portal, this short film that is near and dear to my heart. And I'm glad that I've been able to reflect and share this whole process with you all. And I'm excited to continue to grow as a storyteller and have you all along for the ride. And that's it for this video. I hope you're staying safe wherever you are in the world and that you keep creating and we'll continue to grow as creatives. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
We did it.
We did it.
You did it.
What do you have to say? Wait, woman. There we go. What do you have to say?
We did it.
I'm going to Disneyland.